Welcome to Yoga with Val. We're going to work into the adductor and abductor muscles, the muscles that support your legs for drawing the legs together and taking the legs wide. If you've had a knee hip replacement, do work with care. If your surgery's been very recent, you will have been told what you can and can't do. If you've got an older hip joint, you'll be used to working with it, or an older knee replacement. We'll be laying on the side to lift the legs at one point. You might benefit from a little extra padding under the hip when we get to there. And if you know you're particularly flexible and enjoy working with the belt, or if you've already worked through this sequence and you think a belt might help you, then have a belt to hand. We're going to start by laying down and becoming here and now. So find your comfortable position on your mat. Make sure you've got enough room to take those arms back overhead, because we will be stretching into those arms, working into the shoulders. Settle through your hips and your lower back. Bring your spine into a nice straight line, head centered. It's up to you if you want to stretch those legs away or keep those knees bent, feet flat to the floor, your choice. Arms comfortably out to the sides. If you can, encourage those palms to the ceiling. Closing the eyes, breathing in and out through the nose if possible. And we begin to settle our body and bring our attention into our body. Breathing in that sense of creating space, breathing out to release. So think about opening. As we breathe in, we create some space and open. As we breathe out, we encourage every muscle in the body to release. Nice deep in-breaths and long, thorough out-breaths. Lengthen the spine, head centered, relaxed and released through the jaw, softening through the shoulders and letting go through the arms. Relax through your hips and releasing through your legs. In-breath to open. An out breath, really allowing the body to settle into the mat. If you need to pause the video at all and take a little longer to settle, please feel free to do so. When we're ready, when we're prepared for our yoga, we're going to bring those arms into the body, palms down to the mat. Consider the position of your legs. You might want to bend your knees and have your feet flat. We're going to work into those shoulders. We're going to work with the breath, breathing in, taking both arms up and over. And as you breathe out, both arms come back and settle by your hips. Make the movement last the whole of the breath. In breath, arms going up and over. Out breath, arms returning to your side. Use the whole of that out breath. If your shoulders are very unbalanced and you want to work one hand holding the other, please do. Same principle. In breath to go up and over, out breath to come back. Don't worry if your hands don't get all the way down to the floor. You're working with your body and how your shoulders feel. Last one, up and over with the in-breath. Bringing those arms back as you breathe out. We're going to work into the legs next. So we'll all work from knees bent, feet flat to the floor. We're bringing that right knee, it's coming up onto the body. We're hugging either over or under the shin, whatever feels right for you today. Think about drawing that thigh onto the right side of the chest. Allow that left leg to be relaxed, that's not involved. So we're drawing the thigh down. Check your breathing. Should be opening into that lower back and working gently into that hip. As we're ready, we're going to release the hands and take the heel to the ceiling. Try and straighten up through that right leg. Left leg still relaxed. You're not lifting your hips off the mat. You're just driving through that right heel so the whole of the back of the right leg is strong and stretched. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. Then we can bend that knee down and bring the foot to the mat. Going to go onto the left leg when you're ready. Thigh comes up. Hug over or under that shin. Where does it feel right for you? When you've drawn that left leg in, just check that right leg's relaxed. Make sure you've not lifted your hip. Want those hips relaxing. Drawing that thigh in might roll the lower back off the mat, but you're not pushing your back into the mat. When we feel that we've had a good hug in of that left leg, we're going to release the hands, take the heel to the ceiling, lengthen through that left leg. Again, check that right leg's relaxed. We're lengthening and opening through the back of the left leg as that heel stretches up towards the ceiling. You should have a stretch in your hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle. And when we're ready, bend the knee and the foot comes down. We're going to work a little deeper. If you know you want to work with your belt, you can work with your belt. We're going to start by drawing that thigh in. So we no need for a belt here. We're just drawing that knee, right leg into the body. And we're breathing, left leg's relaxed. This is where you might want the belt. You might want to have the belt just under the toes as you stretch that heel to the ceiling. And you might want to use that belt to draw the leg gently overhead. You might be nice and flexible and be able to draw that leg overhead without the use of the belt. Do check that left leg's relaxed, and I've just tensed mine there. So right heel stretching away towards the ceiling. Breathing. Bending the knee down, foot to the mat. If you're working with a belt, get that belt ready for when you want to work on the left leg. Bring the left knee in, give it a good hug. Draw that thigh in towards your body. Hold wherever feels right for you. Just double check that right leg's relaxed. Make sure you're breathing, focusing on drawing the left thigh into the body. If you're using the belt's going under those left toes. As you stretch your left leg to the ceiling, maybe drawing it back overhead. It's up to you. Only use the belt if you're flexible enough and want that extra stretch. So we're trying to lengthen that heel, left heel towards the ceiling. Keep everything else relaxed. Don't lift those hips. Right leg's not doing any work. Breathing. When you're ready, bending the knee down, foot comes down to the mat. Now, we'll be looking at hand to toe balance. So if you want to try now and see if you can get your hand to your big toe. Often you'll see just a finger hooked round. Okay. So if you can get to that big toe, are you able to start extending that leg? That'll give you some idea whether we're going to be able to get there when we're standing. And then try left hand to left toe. If you can get there, can you stretch away? When we're standing, of course, we're going to be balancing on that other leg. And then that foot can come down. We'll have a long lengthening stretch all the way through. And we're going to work into our little twist. So bring the Knees up, knees bent, feet flat to the mat. Ideally, ankles and knees are in together, but if you need to, ankles and knees are apart, if that's how you need to work. Listen to your body. Arms a comfortable distance from your body. We're going to allow those knees to roll over to the right, soles of the feet turning off the mat, and if you're happy to, head turns to the left. In-breath creates some space, and out-breath we relax. Think about using your in-breath to roll head to centre, knees to centre. And as you breathe out, knees drop left, head turns right, soles of the feet have rolled off the mat. Encourage your shoulders to flatten so that your chest feels open, releasing with the out-breath. And using an in-breath to roll to centre. See if you can do the next 2 twists, working with the breath. In-breath at centre, out-breath, knees roll, head might turn. In-breath, create the space. Out-breath, releasing. We use an in-breath to roll to centre. And an out-breath to release those knees to the side, head turning the opposite way. In-breath, space. Out-breath, relaxing. In-breath to roll to centre. One more to each side. Out-breath to drop the knees. Working with your breath in the posture, your in-breath creates the space and opening. And your out-breath, you allow everything to relax. Use an in-breath when you're ready to roll to centre. On the out-breath, those knees roll over, head turns. In-breath, creating space, opening the chest. Out-breath, releasing those shoulders and those knees. Using in-breath when you're ready to come to centre. And this time we'll bring knees up. Lift the head and shoulders towards the knees, little hug in. And we're going to roll over to roll onto one side, to work into a side leg raise. So this is the one where if you need anything extra under that hip, we get the padding under that hip. Have your lower leg bent so that provides a bit more stability. Rest your head wherever's comfortable. You might be comfortable resting on your arm, or you might want to rest your head in your hand. We want to have a straight line if we can. It will look a bit odd along the body, so trust your instinct as to where your leg's in a nice straight line to the body. And bring the upper arm in front so it's a little bit of extra support. So we're going to start by lifting that leg up towards the ceiling. Breathing, trying to hold it there. Lengthen through the heel a little if you can. Feel the muscles, you should feel those abductors working. And we try and lower under control, nice and steadily, bringing it down till it comes all the way down to the mat. When you're ready, we're going to lift that leg to the ceiling again. If you need any padding, if you need any adjustment, we're going to lift that leg up. Now, you may find when you're there, you can lift it just a tiny bit more. And then we relax that tiny bit more off. And we try for just a little more. Release. Last one, a little more. And this time, gently release that leg all the way down. Under control. Last one's going to be completely with the breath. Breathe in as you lift the leg away. And breathe out as you lower that leg down. Bend that top leg. Have a little rub of the thigh if it needs it. A little rub of the hip. I'm going to turn so that I'm laying the other end of my mat. You can simply roll over onto the other side. So get your position again, have your padding underneath if you need your padding, lower legs bent, heads comfortably relaxing, top leg stretches away, top arms in front of the body for support. We start by lifting the leg up and we're holding this one. Can you stretch into the heel, feel that abductor muscle working? Breathing. Hopefully we can hold this as long as the other side. And then we gently lower that leg down. Nice steady move. So we're going to go up again. We're going to hold and we're going to try for that little extra bit of movement. So lift that leg up. See if it'll go just that little further. And release it up. Just a little higher. And releasing. Last one. Little higher. And gently lowering all the way down. And the last one is with the breath. In breath to lift that leg away. When you're ready to breathe out, you lower that leg down. When the leg's all the way down, bend the knee. Have a little massage into that hip. If both hips need a little massage, roll onto your back and give both hips a little massage. Okay. We're going to come into cat position next. So roll yourself onto one side. Come into your cat and let's flex through our spine. So feet are relaxed. Knees are under hips, wrists are under shoulders, fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide. Start with your flat backed position. We're going to allow the belly to relax and look forwards. And then we're going to go into our arch, drawing chin in, tail in, arching high, lifting the belly into the spine. Working with the breath if you're happy to. In breath as you relax your belly and look forwards. Out breath as you draw your chin in, tuck your tail under, arch high, lifting the belly into the spine. Breathing in to relax and release. Try and dip through the shoulders if you can. Breathing out as you arch. Allow the belly to relax with the in-breath, looking forwards. Arching with the out-breath. I'm going to do one more cat. So work through your cat. Really think about putting lots of movement into that spine. As you finish your arch, come to a flat backed position. From here, we're going to come up to standing. So if you can, one foot comes in front. We can come up onto that thigh to bring ourselves up to standing. Take a moment to stand nice and tall in your Tadasana. We're just becoming aware of our alignment for standing. So are your feet comfortable distance apart, maybe even in together? Is there weight under the inner edges and outer edges? Have we got weight in the toe joints and the heel joints? Are our legs nice and upright? Don't lock those knees. Have we adjusted through the pelvis as needed? Little tone in the tummy and the lower back. Sense of lifting the rib cage slightly away from the hips. Lengthening the spine towards the ceiling, chin level. And relax the shoulders. We are going to work into our legs. You may need a hand to the wall for balance or a bookcase, whatever's to hand. Or you might be happy to work through standing with hands on hips. The first thing we're going to do is take the weight. I'm going to take the weight into the left leg, and my right leg is going to stretch forwards. So I'm lengthening from the right hip through to the right heel, keeping my body nice and upright, breathing. Then I'm going to bring the leg out behind me, trying to keep upright, lengthening through that leg. Feel the stretch from the hip through to the heel. Don't lock out your left knee. Then bring the right leg in alignment, and it's going to go out to the side. So I'll turn side on so you can see this one. So keeping the body upright, the legs going out to the side. Try not to counterbalance your leg. So you're stretching through from hip to heel. Then the leg's going to come across in front. So try not to twist to follow that leg. Try and keep the hips forwards. You're stretching that leg away. And then we're going to bring the leg across but behind that balancing leg. So stretch it behind. Try and keep those hips forwards. Breathing. Keeping upright if you can. And then we bring our legs together and we look to the other side. So, standing nice and tall, weight into the right leg, stretch your left leg in front. Body stays upright, lengthen from the hip into the heel. If you need a hand out for balance, you're resting on something for balance. Then we're going to stretch that leg behind. Try and keep your body upright. We're not counterbalancing that leg. We're keeping ourselves nice and steady at centre. And just the legs moving to stretch behind. Bring the leg alongside the right one and stretch out to the side. Breathing, trying to keep the balance. And then we're going to bring the leg across in front. Oops. Let's see if you can stretch. Try not to move your hips. Don't twist with the leg. Should be the leg stretching across the front of the body. And then it's going to go behind. Try not to lean forwards like I just did to counterbalance the leg movement. And the leg comes together. You probably want to shake your legs out here. If you felt it in your lower back, have a little bit of move through your lower back. Maybe even a little bit of hula hooping. So we are going to go into our triangle posture for a moment. So let's take those legs nice and wide along the mat. Have the outer edges parallel. Think about getting weight into those outer edges so the outside of your legs becomes nice and strong. Our shoulders are directly over our hips. We're going to take those arms out wide at shoulder level. Reach into your fingertips. As you breathe in, lift your rib cage away from your hips. As you breathe out, tip to one side. Lower hand comes onto leg. Top arm keeps travelling up to the ceiling. Palm can turn forwards on that top arm, so you're really opening the chest. If you're happy to, turn the head, tuck the chin in, and look up to that thumb. Breathe. Think about weight in the outer edges of those feet, so those legs are nice and strong. And lift that top arm to the ceiling, so it's stretching and reaching you out. Good. Open chest. Every muscle should be working. When you're ready, head turns, palm turns. Big in-breath to bring yourself up as if there was a broom handle between your arms. We're going over to the other side. Breathe in, lifting. Breathe out to tip. Lower hand comes onto lower leg. Top arm keeps going up. Palm turns forwards. Look up with the thumb if you wish. Otherwise, keep the head forwards. Breathing. Lengthening. Weight in the outer edges of the feet. Good. When you're ready, head turns, palm turns, big in-breath. And release those arms down. Just going to adjust my clothing. Happens with yoga, everything moves. Okay, second time through for triangle. Stretch and reach through those fingertips. Breathing. Weight into the outside edges of those feet, legs nice and strong. As you breathe in, lift the rib cage. As you breathe out, tip over to one side. Lower hand comes onto lower leg, top arm travels up to the ceiling, palm turns to face forward. You might have a little check on that top arm, or you might turn and keep the head there. Lengthen that arm towards the ceiling. Keep weight in the outer edge of the feet. Feel nice and flat through the back of the body, where the opening through the chest. Breathe. When you're ready to come out, turn head, turn palm. Breathe in, coming up. Reach into fingertips. Over to the other side when you're ready. In breath, lifting the rib cage. Out breath to tip the other way. Lower hand onto lower leg. Top arm up to the ceiling, palm turning. Either momentary glance or turn and keep that head looking to that top thumb. Keeping the chin in. Lengthen that upper arm towards the ceiling. Keep weight in the outer edges of the feet. Breathe. Feel that your chest is open. When we're ready to come out, head turns, palm turns. Big in-breath to come up. Release those arms. Bring your legs in together. You might be hopping them in together or walking them in together, whatever works for you. So we're going to counter pose. You might be stretching up, or you might be having a little hang forwards in your ragdoll. Soft knees curling forwards, releasing the spine. Listen to your body. Make the movements right for you. If you're in your ragdoll, remember when you come up, nice soft through those knees and gently uncurl. So we are going to move into the balance whenever you're ready. There are some variations in this. If you need to go to the wall for balance, go to the wall for balance. If you're not able to reach your big toe, you might be holding on to a trouser leg, or you might be supporting the leg underneath. Okay, so I'm going to go into the holding the toe version first, and if you find that isn't possible, then I'm going to go through some of the variations. Prepare the opposite leg. So I'm preparing my left leg. Got my toes spread, weight dropping down as if I'm putting roots through that left leg. Knees a little soft, it's really strong, and I've transferred the weight. Bringing the right leg up in front, taking hold of the right toe and extending the leg forwards. If that's really comfortable, you can take the leg out to the side. You'll find if you bend your knee, it brings the weight in, allows you to stand upright, and then you can focus on lengthening the leg again. Okay, so that's the version. If you're there, stay there, balancing, trying to stretch that leg away and stand nice and tall. If you can't reach, you might be holding your trouser leg. If you can't reach there, you might have your hand underneath. So what happens, I'm not sure of the best side to show you, you balance through the leg, you hold the other leg in front, and see if you can then straighten out through the knee. Okay, so you might be doing that one. If your balance is really good, but you can't physically reach your toe, you might have your belt either around your foot, which is preferable, or round the toe, but I'd rather you had it round the foot. And then we can lengthen, we can take the hand as close to the foot as we can and bring the leg out. Okay, so work with what's right for you. And whenever you're ready, leg comes down, remember keeping the balance under your control, and we work to the other side. So decide if you're going to work with the belt, with the trouser leg, with holding your big toe, whatever's right for you. Prepare your balancing legs, sinking through the foot, softening the knee, transferring the weight. Bring the other leg up in front of you. See if you can grab hold of the big toe. If you can, you stretch forwards, and it might be going out to the side. Breathing, try and think nice and tall. So you're holding this balance with the belt, holding under the leg, whatever's right for you, for as long as you feel in control of the balance. And we try and come out of the balance while it's still under our control. When you're out of the balance, have a little think what you want to do. Do you want to straighten up? I know I feel I want to just straighten up. You might want a little hanging ragdoll. You might just want to shake out your legs. It's quite a demanding posture. If you really, really struggle, if you can get to your toe, but you struggle with balance, please think about even having a fingertip onto your wall, your bookcase. It will help. If you're working on getting your posture upright, try standing with your back against the wall so that you can really focus on having the shoulders and the bottom in touch with the wall whilst you work into your balance. I know this way you can very much see that my hip needs more movement to go outwards, but we're all different. My lefts and rights are different. Use the props, use the things around you to help you achieve the best posture for you. When you're done, have a little counter pose. If you want to pause and do a few more balances, please take the opportunity to do so. Have your little hanging ragdoll, your stretch to the ceiling. Because we're going to come down to our mat next. So make sure you feel lovely realigned to come down to the mat. We're going to go into a forward bend. When you're down on the mat, we're going to sit in Dandasana posture. Sitting up on those sitting bones, stretching the legs away, sitting nice and tall through the spine. Hands coming down to the mat if you're able to. So we lengthen through those legs and sit up nice and tall. And we're going to take this into our forward bend. Bring your hands onto the tops of the thighs. Breathe in tall, and as you breathe out, slide along your legs and feel you're folding your body down in towards your legs. Those hands might reach beyond the feet. It's not really important. What's important is that we're getting this stretch in the lower back. If your hamstrings are really, really tight, allow those knees to bend a little. That's where you are today. You can always then work on dropping those knees down towards the mat. Make sure you're breathing. The breathing's a little restricted when you're in a forward bend. And when you're ready, breathing in to stretch up. So we are going to go into our traditional lift and fold. Check those legs are stretching away from your toes towards the ceiling, arms out to the side. Breathe in, arms come up. Breathe out, hinge forwards. Lay along those legs. Think about relaxing and releasing the front of the body down in towards your legs. Shoulders relaxing, head and neck releasing. Feel the back of the body opening, so back of the waistline is getting a lovely stretch. When you feel ready, you come out using the arms and the in-breath, so we stretch away, we breathe in to come up. We release as we breathe out. We're going to go into a counter pose. We're going to take the hands behind the hips. We're going to lift the chest and the gaze to the ceiling. Take a few breaths there, draw your shoulder blades together, stretching through the front of the body. And soften and release. If you want to repeat your Paschimottanasana, your forward bend over both legs, please pause and do so. For those of you ready to move on, we're going to release into our relaxation. So finding that comfortable position for you. Remember, you can always spend longer in your relaxation posture if you wish. So deciding, do you want those knees to stay bent, feet flat to the floor? You're happy to lengthen those legs away, heels slightly apart, feet rolling outwards. Find a position where your lower back can relax and you can feel your hips are in balance. Lengthening through the spine in a nice straight line. Head level, chin level. Arms releasing to the sides. Maybe thinking about backs of the hands to the floor, palms to the ceiling. If you're happy to, eyes are closed. Breathing in and out through the nose. Letting go. We breathe in and create space and opening. Breathing out to relax, release, and let go. Focusing on your breath. Adjusting, wriggling any part of the body that needs to settle. Check everything's relaxed. Shoulders are soft. Jaws released. Tummy's relaxed. Focus on that movement through the whole of the chest as we breathe in and create space. As we breathe out, settling deeper into the mat. I'm going to leave you for a moment to focus on your breath, to really relax and release and let go. Whenever you're ready, bringing your attention back into your body, having a little wriggle into those fingers and toes. Might feel a need of a little stretch through. You might need a little twist, just gently taking the knees to one side and then over to the other. Coming to center, you might even want a little hug in and a curl up. Whenever it suits you, you can roll over onto one side. You can bring yourself to a sitting position of your choice. Don't feel you have to sit cross-legged. So nice secure base, height in the spine. Let's take a gentle twist to one side. Keep that height through the spine. We'll come across the body to gently twist to the other side. Returning to center when you're ready. A little lazy side stretch. Taking yourself over to the other side as you're ready. Coming to center for a little back bend, hands behind hips, drawing shoulder blades together and looking up. Soft curl forwards whenever it suits you. Simply fold forwards, round down towards the mat. Easing up to sitting as you're ready. Finishing with a nice big breath. Arms to the side, breathe in, reaching up. Palms lightly touch. Releasing as you breathe out. Thank you very much. Namaste.